All right, welcome everybody. This is Niz Weather Wizdom. I'm Storm Team 4 Chief Meteorologist Brian Nastansky in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And yes, we do have some snow on the way for Saturday. This does not look to be a major snowstorm for us, but enough that we're going to have to do some shoveling here as we head into Saturday. Also, want to get to that Packers-Bears forecast. If anybody has a question or a comment in regards to the weather for the game, our weather for southeastern Wisconsin and beyond across the Midwest heading into the weekend, please fire away in the comment section, and we'll be sure to answer those questions once we get them live, or I'll go back and write a comment replying to your question in the comment section. So thank you for joining. If you're on Facebook, fantastic. If you're on YouTube, even better. I'd love to get more and more people onto the YouTube page. So search Brian Niz, N-I-Z, Brian Niz, or Niz Weather Wizdom, W-I-Z-D-O-M, and hit subscribe for these live streams that I like to do midday before I go in and start doing my real job. We got lots to talk about. Let's get right to it. Again, the potential for some snow heading into this weekend on Saturday. And the primary part of the area is going to get about 1 to 2 inches of snow. So there's a little precursor to what we're going to be talking about. I first wanted to mention that this morning in Milwaukee, it took a while to get that warm surge last night. I knew we would get it. Just came a few hours later. So we didn't break a record yesterday. The record was 57. We ended up breaking the record after midnight. So today, which shatters the old record of 54, we got up to 59 degrees at 1 a.m. in Milwaukee last night. Incredible. To not only smash the record, but to do it at nighttime gives you an idea of that surge of warm air that moved in. All right, now let's talk about Saturday. Here's a look at the current radar and satellite across the Midwest. We have a couple of things going on here. You have our exiting system. You have that area of snow that you see across Kansas. That will be the piece of energy that works up towards us, a very underdeveloped low. The parent low of this system is actually to the north across Canada, to the north of North Dakota. And there's a frontal boundary that you can see that draws through North Dakota, South Dakota as well, bringing some flurries there. Now, this area of low pressure is going to ride right along that frontal boundary. So as that frontal boundary progresses east, the snow will pretty much line up to slam us here in southeastern Wisconsin. Again, it looks to be an underdeveloped system, does not look to be a major winter storm, but enough that we're going to have to do some shoveling. So I want to go through two different computer models, and this will, again, time things out for us not only in Wisconsin, but across the Midwest. This first computer model is the HER. This is through the National Weather Service. Great model for short-range forecasting. And as we look at this, you see a mixed precipitation moving through Kansas City through the night tonight, and then eventually arriving into southern Wisconsin. An earlier arrival now. This is looking like maybe late tonight into tomorrow, early morning. Earlier arrival according to this HER model. We'll see if other models line up with that. But it looks like maybe the height of the snow for us in southeastern Wisconsin around 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Yes, a mix down towards Chicago. Very light snow up towards Green Bay. Not much but flurries over towards Madison. And even less snow in Iowa and Minnesota. This main area of snow moves out late morning, and then we could get some wraparound scattered snow showers. You see how those snow showers will eventually extend down towards Chicago as well, and we could even see a few of them move through during the game. You see that one there moves through around 8:30. It wouldn't be a lot of snow, but it could be a brief, pretty good sock of snow showers during the game on down at Soldier Field. For Packers versus Bears. So do I think that's going to affect play? Yeah, briefly. Do I think it's going to be a snow globe game like all game? No. I think wind will be more of a factor for most of the game. So that's the HER. Let's take a look at the graph. And again, I encourage any questions, comments. I know the questions are going to be when in my neighborhood, how much in my neighborhood. We're going to address all of those specifically, but I really encourage you to follow the time in the upper part of the screen, and that will help you out. So this is the graph. The graph initialized as well as also, this is our in-house computer model. Now the graph, you can see an even more compact batch of precipitation, that the timing is very similar. And the HRRR was more of a mixed event to start. The graph looks to be more snow. I'm siding more with that. A very similar arrival, early morning hours, maybe the height of things around 7 o'clock. Kind of keeps the snow going a little bit longer. I would say the graph is going to output, we'll see in a second, but will output heavier amounts of snow. And then let's see if we get those wraparound snow showers. So like the bulk of the snow morning. And then we're talking about a lull and just scattered stuff Saturday afternoon, Saturday night. So if you have travel plans, again, Saturday morning is the time that there's going to be issues. And then here comes those snow showers. Sorry, the screen is moving on me. Let's see if they affect the game. Not nearly as much as what the HRRR was showing. But yes, still some flurries and snow showers possible down in Chicago as well. All right, so there's your timing. Again, we're looking at the bulk of the snow arriving in southeastern Wisconsin during the early morning hours on Saturday, and then just scattered snow showers continuing into the afternoon, into the night, Saturday night. Now let's look at each individual computer model. And now again, wait for the final map here. If you're watching, wait for the final map. That'll be my official forecast as far as snow amounts. But I'm going to go through each one of the models, and you're going to see some consensus and some differences. So let's get right to that. Let's first start with, hold on. Why is my screen is going nuts on me? There we go. Let's first get to the HRRR computer model. I'll pull that up. Now, the HRRR, I feel really good about. The HRRR just in general does really well, short range. And you're going to eventually see a 1 to 2 inch snow for most of southeastern Wisconsin. Lighter amounts west, less than an inch for our western counties, 1 to 2 inches for the core of southeastern Wisconsin. This lines up pretty well with what my map I'm going to show you in a second does. The graph is likely going to be higher. I'm looking at this for the first time. The graph is higher. I could tell with the outputs. Yeah, you see more of a widespread 1 to 2, maybe even some 3-inch amounts. But in general, much of the area is still within that 1 to 2 inch range. Now let's get to some of the longer range, but base models. These still can do well short term. They're just not as detailed. This is the GFS through the National Weather Service. Outputting a 1 to 2 inch snow for most of the area, maybe a little bit more. That looks pretty good too. And let's go to the European computer model. This one has been trending towards a higher snow across our northern spots. And let me make sure I didn't jump the gun on that, because that takes it all the way into Wednesday. Sorry, that's capturing other snow. Let me get this back in line. And yeah, it still outputs higher amounts north for some lingering snow Saturday night into Sunday. I don't think we're going to get there. Just keep that in mind. If you're up towards Fond du Lac, Sheboygan, maybe you have a little bit better chance of reaching that. So I would discard this for now, but just keep in the back of your head that most of the area is still 1 to 2, but some potential higher amounts north. Let's do the NAM. The NAM is kind of a third option. NAM can do well sometimes, surprisingly, be a wild card. But here comes the NAM computer model. And the NAM is outputting 1 to 2 inches for most of the area. Maybe a little bit higher in a few spots. So as we sum all of that up, here's our Storm Team 4 official forecast for snow on Saturday. 1 to 2 inches for most of the area, less to the west. That's it. It's going to be wet and heavy, though, so it'll be a little bit tougher snow to shovel, so that might be a question some of you have. And I think the bulk of this falls during the morning hours on Saturday, so it's going to be enough to make the road slippery and snow-covered Saturday morning. Impassable? No. Am I saying cancel your plans? No. I'm just saying that if there's a time that you're going to be dealing with the snow the most, it will be in the morning on Saturday, and then still some snow showers in the afternoon. Okay, before we get to the official Packers forecast and sports discussion, let's see if we have any questions or comments that are coming in. It appears the YouTube comment section is currently deactivated. I'll look into that, Tom. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Deb says, great zoo day, sunny and 40 degrees by us. We'll be home for the weekend. Awesome. That sounds fantastic. It's beautiful out here right now in Wisconsin as well. Things will be changing, of course. All right, let's get to our Packers forecast here. And in general, yes, weather will be a factor for the game. Are we looking at a big snow globe game? Likely not. Could have a few passing snow showers and quick bursts of snow. It will be windy. You will want to bundle up if you're heading down to Soldier Field. But it could be worse for January football in Chicago. We're looking at game time start, 7 p.m. roughly. Temperature's probably going to be around 30 degrees. Could have a passing snow shower, especially leading up to the game, maybe even during the game. Also windy conditions. Winds are going to be about 20 to 30 mile per hour gusts out of the northwest. So not like the kickers won't be able to kick at all, but definitely a factor. The passing game, definitely a factor. With that said, I think this forecast favors the Bears. I think they play an uglier brand of football where the Packers want to air it out a little bit more. I shouldn't say uglier brand of football. They run the ball well, and a game with elements will favor that. And the Packers defense haven't been able to stop the run, so that's a factor too. I think turnover battle obviously is going to be a factor too. The Bears defense, not good, but they really thrive on turnovers. They get a couple turnovers, it's the Bears. If Packers can protect the ball and still find a way to move the ball, Packers all day. Here's my Packers pick. Let me think about this one. Let's go Packers 27, Bears 10. That's right. Go Pack, go. Any other questions, comments coming in? Tell me your predictions for the Packers game. The Bears are legit. I'm not here to hate on the Bears. I think they've capitalized on some turnovers, and that's part of the game. But they're a good team. They're well coached. I think their quarterback is really good promise, and they run the ball well. So they're here for a reason. The Packers are also banged up, losing a couple of their star players through the season. So it'll be a good game. Again, the snow on Saturday, not a ton of snow. Looks like a couple inches of snow for us here in southeastern Wisconsin.